welcome back to my channel. It is Throwback Thursday and we are gonna have just a really quick episode today. And I just wanted to cover a few things that are kind of relevant to what's going on right now and relate to hard seasons. So really, I'm just gonna go over what this hard season has looked like, including quarantine and everything, what it's looked like for me, and the stuff that I'm trying to do that's keeping me on track and keeping me sane during the quarantine and everything that comes along with it, or everything that has come along with it. So I know it's easier said than done, but obviously the number one step for getting through this hard season is to stay positive. It's a lot easier sometimes than it is other times. And I know right now, especially during when we were in shelter in place, when you weren't able to see anyone, that was really tough for a lot of people. However, I do believe to some degree you can control what you say to yourself, what you think to some degree, and what you say to yourself and the affirmations that you're telling yourself on a daily basis. So if you can even just start with that being practicing talking to yourself in a positive manner and not filling your brain with all of the negative things that are going on right now and how everything's awful and you can't do anything. Kind of the victim mentality. This is happening to everyone and it's really tough for everyone right now. So what I try to do is make sure that I'm thinking of how can I make this quarantine and everything that's going on, the pandemic, how can I make it for me? I have so much time to myself, so I'm going to put that back into myself and into what I love to do and work on making myself better so that when this quarantine ends and we're all back out into the normal world, that I'm a better me than going into the quarantine. I don't want to just lose a year of my life because of the pandemic and I just sat around and didn't take care of myself and said, oh, well, what am I supposed to do? There's a pandemic going on. I can't do anything. I'm going to do everything that I can, think outside of the box and work on myself and find other sources of income and work towards my future and work towards my goals in any way that I can, even if all the ways that I have been doing, the traditional ways, aren't available. I'm going to do everything that I can to find an alternative route and find the unconventional ways to get myself closer to my goals without using quarantine and the pandemic as an excuse. With staying positive, one of the things that kind of ties into that is staying motivated and staying productive and sticking with your routines. I found it easiest to be able to stay positive when I have some control over what's going on in my life. With so much uncertainty going on in the world right now, I have found that it brings me a lot more comfort to have some kind of control. Since I can't control what's going on in the world, I will have control over my own life. And that means sticking to my routines and my habits that I have worked so hard to make a part of my daily routine. I think that this is the best time to reevaluate and come up with more habits and stick to them because there's no distractions. And staying motivated and sticking with your routines is just as hard as it is to stay positive. I do think that if you practice it every day, it will come naturally to you eventually. And each day it will be a little bit easier and easier and feel more and more natural. As I've said before, my routines that I have not necessarily picked up, but that have really, I think, been very beneficial to me during this hard season is exercise, you guys know that, reading, having alone time with myself and being okay with it has really meant a lot. I have always loved being social and I find it really empowering to be able to spend time with myself and thoroughly enjoy that time. And I've honestly learned a lot about myself. To me, that is the biggest deal and the biggest takeaway, that I have learned so much about myself and connected and really been able to understand myself and work through my feelings and my emotions and figuring out how I feel and how to work through certain problems. I have also been making a lot of food during the whole pandemic. I mean, I've been all up on Pinterest and the Food Network, finding and trying different recipes for everything under the sun. That is something that I highly suggest doing, even if you're not into cooking or baking, because it's just such a cool experience to learn all that stuff and then be able to eat what you created. And it's all trial and error. Yeah, I've burned so many different things, but it's just a really fun way to spend an afternoon. I mean, I honestly just don't see a downside to it. Who doesn't love food? And let's be real, if you don't know how to follow a recipe, you need to. You have to learn it at some point. I don't care if you're a guy, I don't care who you are, you need to be able to cook food. All right, so now that our base is done, and we're gonna go in and finish the eyebrows and then the lipstick. Other than just those basic hobbies that you can do to keep yourself busy, just keep practicing self-help. That's something that I got into in self-love during all of this, and it has been a complete game changer. I know I've talked about that countless times, so I won't go into it again, but I think that's something that everyone should be involved in and care about. I am going to do a more narrow and lifted brow for this look. Last but not least, the most important, in my opinion, thing to remember during this hard season is to hang out with your friends. That might seem like a no-brainer to some people, but I know that to other people it might not be, and that's why it's important to mention. Just keep in mind the importance of surrounding yourself with people that make you smile and distancing yourself from the people that don't. I know it may be hard right now to do that to the extreme, considering all the restraints that we have going on, but for as much as you can personally at this moment, follow that rule. Most people don't realize the impact that the people that they're around have on them. It's the same with you. If you're a positive person and you are around other people, you're projecting your positivity onto them and it can brighten their day. However, the same goes for the opposite. If you are around negative people all day and you're around people that just can't get out of the victim mindset or feel like it's just the end of the world right now and there's nothing that you can do about it and you might as well just give up and drink every day, or say screw it and give up on your goals and not work towards them during this time that you have literally the opportunity to do whatever you want and work towards whatever you want. That energy gets projected onto you, and that's why there's a saying that says you are who you surround yourself with, you are who you hang out with, because that mentality is contagious on both ends, on both extremes. And it may be hard, but it is so important to decide which side you want to be on. So as for lips go, I'm going to go ahead and take my Lime Crime liquid matte lipstick and do the outside, and then we'll fill in the middle with pink. And then we'll go in with this very, very old, I don't even know, all the paint is rubbed off. I believe it's Ulta brand, Sephora brand, I don't know. But it's this mauvey, maroony pink color right in the middle. And we blend that out as much as we can. And then I have got these two Diamond Crushers Lime Crime lip toppers, and I don't know which one I want to use. I guess we should stick with pink, see how that goes. And I'm just gonna go along the top, just right below where the Cupid's bow is. Do a little line right on the edge, and then dab it out. And then take the rest and dab it right on the part where the pink is on the bottom. And that is going to be the finished look, guys. And of course, I will post the first attempt at this look as the last picture when I post it on Instagram. And we're not going to do a recap today because that was such a short video, so I would just have to repeat everything that I said. Just know that this is a hard season for everyone right now, and I know it's tough, but we are going to get through it. It's not the end of the world, believe it or not. As long as you keep working towards your goals and working on yourself, keep that positivity up and surround yourself with friends and family that make you smile. I hope you guys like how the look turned out. If you have any questions about what I used, if you want to know any specifics about how to create this look or anything, just hit me down in the comments below, and I will see you guys next Thursday. Bye. And I'm involved in the pandemic, and what the fuck am I talking about? Bye. See ya. Bye. Winship out.